I am Scottish Andy and you're watching the Music Militia. Now yesterday afternoon I sat down in front of my computer to have a chat with Rudi and Oliver from the German band Shapes in the Mirror. We spoke about life, we spoke about growing up listening to metal in Germany, we spoke about the metal scene in Germany as it stands today, and we spoke of course about the band and the future of the band. Now, before we get into that video, there's something that you need to know. There's something that you have to know. There's something that you're dying to know. Trust me. You, that's right, you have a chance to win a prize at the end of this video. Would you like to know how to win that prize? Then stick around to the end and I will explain that for you. But before you find out how to win a prize at the end of this video, you have to watch the video first. So without further ado, this is Shapes in the Mirror, as I sat down with them yesterday afternoon. Hey. Welcome guys, how are you doing? This is the Music Militia and today we're sitting down with a couple of the members of Shapes in the Mirror. We have Oliver and Rudi. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fine.
Great, thank you for having us.
Not a problem, not a problem. So we guys, or I know, and now everybody else knows that you are a band from Germany. But whereabouts in Germany do you come from?
I am from actually a small town near Münster. It's called Ibbenbüren in North Rhine-Westphalia, and yeah.
Yeah, we're both from the Münsterland, and I'm also from an even smaller town near Münster. So it's the biggest city in our neighborhood. And yeah, as soon as you say the Münsterland, everyone in Germany knows where it is. I don't know if Scotland is aware of this.
No, I'm not country. Sure. Exactly. Münsterland, I think I've heard people speaking about. Yeah, I've heard it mentioned. I've only ever been to Hamburg in Germany, and then I've driven through. I've driven all the way through Germany, but I've only ever been and stopped in Hamburg. So, but it was nice.
Yeah.
It had some interesting.
It's a great city, yeah.
It was a good city. There was some interesting things in Hamburg. I saw some interesting things there. They have the red light district or whatever it was.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's infamous. Yeah.
You don't have that in Scotland, guys. You don't have that in Scotland. So you guys come from the same part of Germany, pretty much. Yeah. Did you guys meet early on, or did you meet later in life? When did you guys all meet?
Actually, Oliver is the latest member of our band, and we met in summer last year, so in 2024, when our band was looking for a new shouter, because we were doing music for some years now, like I think 10 to 7 years. And Corona just destroyed our ambitions at some point. Most of the other bands, we had some issues to rehearsal, or we couldn't meet up to the music. And at some point, it eroded in some kind of a way, and there was a longer pause between us. And I think a year ago or so, we decided, 3 members of our band, we decided to do music again. And it just made click again, and we had some of the best hours of our lives, and we decided to start over again. Some members stepped out of the band, and as I said, we searched for a new shouter, and Oliver
he says, "Hello."
Says, yeah, here I am. And he was so good that we said, no, we can let him go. And he has to stay.
Was that under the same band name, or did you change band names, or?
It's the same band name, yeah.
And the band originally, when is that? So 2017, or was it earlier than that? When did you start the band?
Our first gig was 2014. Before that, we were like 1 or 2 years practice our new songs, and before we got on stage, I think between 2012 2013 the band became Shapes in the Mirror. So this is when we decided to call ourselves Shapes in the Mirror.
Yeah. Okay, so Rudi, what is your job in the band?
My job, is to do some noise with the guitar
With the guitar.
and sometimes sing clean vocals. I try to shout, but this is nothing I can do better than Oliver. So
No.
this is his job, definitely.
Oh, so you're the guitar king.
Not
Lead
not really
guitar.
the king. I'm just the rhythm
You're,
guitarist.
you're the
So
rhythm. Ah, yes, it's an important job. Anyhow, okay, so you play guitar. When did you first pick up a guitar?
at a really late stage in my life, it was like 2008 to 2009, something around that.
Okay, so
And
how old were you then?
something about 18,
18.
19.
So you started pretty late then. That's yeah.
Yeah, I did. And I'm really sorry for that because it's way harder if you're older to learn an instrument. But it was my dream for a long time. And at some point, I just said, okay, I'm going to grab an electric guitar and just start
Just go for it.
some random noises. And then the random noises became songs. Yeah. And this is when it started for me.
Yeah, yeah. But before you started playing guitar, have you always been into metal, or have you progressed into metal?
Yeah, metal was pretty much the first music I found interesting.
Okay.
I mean, I listened to other music, of course,
Yeah.
but metal just was more ambitious in the kind of way. You know, it's melodic, it's emotional, it can transfer a message better than other music, I think.
I can relate to what you're saying. I think that when I was growing up, I know, and back in the days of it was radio and it was tape decks, cassette. You didn't have CDs at the point when I was really young, and we didn't have Spotify or anything like that. So you kind of just go on a journey, don't you? You go on a journey through music, and you get exposed to pop music. You get exposed to it was Madonna and it was whatever other stuff it was in the 80s. Um, and then every so often you'd hear something and you would think, well, what is that? I like that. But you didn't know what it was because it was on the radio and you couldn't figure out what it was. And I do remember asking myself, I asked my mother this question one time. I said to her, Mum, why are all the songs on the radio about love? Because if you think about it, pop music is generally speaking, especially back in the 80s, pop music was about love and it was just about, oh, I'm your boy and you're my girl. And it's just like, even as a kid, I was like, why is all the songs? And then I kind of think it was like, it was Guns N' Roses and then a little bit of Nirvana. And slowly but surely you start to realize, wow, there actually are songs that are about life, about real life, about, depressing stuff and not just, oh, everything's so good and happy. So I 100% can relate to what you're saying. Oliver, if we jump over to you then, so you like to just scream and shout.
Yes, of course. I started my journey as a singer when I was 16 years old, typically in my kid's bedroom, just hanging around in front of the PC with my 2-1 desktop monitor set, blasted some Slipknot and Bullet for My Valentine, and then there was my love for metal born. Slipknot, especially the frontman Corey Taylor, is one of the huge influences of myself, as well as I later found out about deathcore of Mitch Lucker, of course. He passed away, the Suicide Silence singer, and some of that, like that, noisy and violent sounds really inspired me to do vocals for a long, long time. And for me, it's started with my first band. I was 2011 when I joined my first band, which was called And Liberty Fades. It was a kind of electro, wavy metalcore band where I started my debut on a mic, and which went very, very well. We did a lot of shows back then. Back then, it was very easy to step on the stage near you around some local bands shows, and it ended then 2013, and then I was absent for about, I think, 5 years. And 2018, I joined a new band. Back then, it was I think a pretty rudimental heavy metal band, which called Paranoid. And later on, that went as well because Corona, and there we got. Well, I think we ghosted each other, but in a friendly way. And it's not a problem. We're cool with each other. But later on, my guitarist from that band asked me if I want to do music later on with him, and then we started 2023 new project, which isn't out yet. And still, last year, as Rudi mentioned, I joined the band because I was looking for new projects so I can put out my heart. For me, it's like being on a drug when I stand on stages. It's my I need this.
It's your hair.
That's it for the stage.
Yeah, it's my personal hair. In Germany we call it ramp pick.
Ram pick.
Ramp. Yeah.
Okay. Never heard that one before, man. Never heard that one before. What is it like? What is it like growing up in Germany and being into metal? Is it common? Do lots of people listen to metal, or would you say you're on the outside? What is it like growing up listening to metal?
Common.
It's common, yeah.
It's pretty common, I think. It became pretty common and more or less mainstream in some kind of a way because of Wacken, the great festival in the north. And and in some kind of way, everyone knows about metal right now. Of course, there's Rammstein. There are some other bands. Rammstein is, of course, the most famous. And the scene is really big at this moment. Well, I cannot say that I was ever discriminated, or whatever you want to call it, because of my music taste.
How old are you guys? How old are you?
I am 36.
36.
I am 33.
Okay, so I mean you're not that much younger than me. So yeah, no, because I know that when I grew up, certainly back when I was 14, 15, 16, it was on the outside. I think that metal in Britain, metal became trendy and it became popular when Limp Bizkit released Chocolate Starfish. I don't know if you guys remember. Limp Bizkit released Chocolate Starfish, and suddenly it was like it was on the TV. It was getting played on the radio, and it was like, what is happening here? But before that point, it was not on the TV. It wasn't on the radio. I mean, you would be able to watch 1 hour on MTV. That was all you got. 1 hour on MTV. We used to wear our baggy. We had the baggy jeans, the chains, and that's what we dressed. Yeah. And then we were on the outside, and then suddenly, bang! Limp Bizkit comes along with that album, and then suddenly it's popular. And I think that, as you guys say, I think that from that point onwards, it's become more normal. It's become more mainstream, and you're not as on the outside if you listen to metal. And obviously, bearing in mind that I live in Sweden, guys, I don't live in Britain anymore. And Sweden, of course, is the land of metal. I mean, everybody listens to metal here as well. Oliver, what about you? What was your experience growing up?
Kind of mixed, I think, because as I started to listen to metal, I really was looking for some kind of connection with other people, because I'm more of the lonesome wolf type of guy, and don't get with all. I say it in a nice way, mainstream people, because I think I'm very often not a kind of person in between some others. And when I first listened to Slipknot, Slipknot was one of my opening eye moments, because the pain, the hate, the feelings that was indie music really transformed my feelings, and I feel it very deep in my soul, and I felt the connection. So after that, and after my first metal gigs that I went as a just to see the bands in the first time, I met a lot of people that were very nice, and found on that evening, I think, 20 new friends, which are very, very chill. And yeah, the rest is history. I think heavy metal, as metal, the community itself is very big, and a lot of people don't think it's a big family when we say it, but it's true. It's a very big family, and I knew so much people of the music, and I'm very grateful for this. So discrimination on the one side, I think not as much as you think to be discriminated in the normal way, but I think people hang out together when they have something in common, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you guys. Growing up, if you were on the outside, you were the outsider, and you had that community of, you all listened to the same music, and you felt that tight connection with each other. We all used to go to the metal pub in Glasgow. I think that as I've been getting older, I do see cracks in the paint, if you like. We're not as tight knit as I thought we were when I was growing up. You seem to have all these subgenres, and one subgenre hates another subgenre, and they talk, and that I find, I don't like that. That upsets me that it's not. I think that I had this illusion when I was younger that we were all just one, and we all just, we were a family. And I think, unfortunately, there are cracks in that. And I wish that we could get back to that, just loving each other. It doesn't matter if you listen to Ghost and you listen to Slayer and you listen to, we all are on the fringe. We're on the fringe, and we should lift each other up. I think
That's
that
true,
I don't think it's like that these days. I think that, unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of subgenres that don't like each other for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think it's completely awful, because
I think some people just looking for conflict, and this is not the right place for it. I think music should connect and not divide in any way.
If you guys have been on Facebook, if you've been on any of the forums, on groups for metal, somebody puts out a band and you get a million comments of people making fun of the band, and I think that's just it's boring, man. I don't know why it's been like that. So hopefully, guys, if we can, let's change that. Let's try and stop this ridiculous backstabbing in the metal community. It's not right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I wear my battle vest very often, and I stand for diversity in metal genres. I love Parkway Drive. I got a pet from Parkway Drive. I also love 80s metal like Twisted Sister, Van Halen, someone like that. I love Ghost. Here goes Papa Nihil, and some of that. It stands for the diversity of my...
The metal scene in Germany. What is the metal scene in Germany like at the moment? And as a band that's up and coming, as a new band, is it easy to be seen? Is it easy to make a name for yourself? How easy is it being a new metal or a band? Not a new metal band, a new metal band in Germany.
Yeah. I can say it for my out of my eyes, it's now difficult, more difficult than back 10 years ago, because you have to push harder on some things, push harder on your songs to get them out, to get the listeners to your site, to your Spotify's and someone like that. It's yes. Back then,
it's a little oversaturated at the moment, because it's much easier to get your songs recorded. There's software, there are tools for that, and people just pump out and pump out. Of course, there's really there are really many bands which are really talented, and they are just great. And I don't understand why they don't get much more clicks. And yeah, there are some bands that are not so good, but it's okay. There's still a market for that. And
is there a point? Is there a point where, like, you're just repeating the same riffs as everybody else? Like, at what point? That's what I've always asked that question. At what point do you just start repeating everybody? Because how can you keep making new songs, all these bands making songs that don't sound like each other and that don't rip each other off? Do you feel that's difficult? Like, do you guys, when you guys are writing songs, how easy is it for you to accidentally, because if you listen to metal all the time and you accidentally, without knowing it, like take a riff from something that you've heard, I mean, how easy is it to not do that?
It's it's really hard to be original today. There are bands out there which defined some new genres, like do you know Zealand Ardor? It's a mixture between black metal and black gospel.
Okay.
And it's something you gotta listen to, because it's just a great combination. You wouldn't think about that, but it's really hard to be a pioneer at the moment. Of course, there are some influences in our band too. Of course, we all got our role models, and we all tried at some point to be like them. Some things just sound more familiar than others, and it's really hard to not to not sound like some other band. At this point, as I said before, we are really oversaturated at the moment, and
that leads me into the next, because I do actually have another question which is related to what we're talking about, and that was okay. So when you guys sit down, okay. First of all, who writes the songs? Is it a collaboration, or do you write the guitar and you write the lyrics, or how do you formulate your songs? And also, where do you get inspiration for your songs? So from life and from other bands, what do you use to inspire the lyrics and the songs that you write?
Actually, I myself draw the inspiration from everyday life, from really the dark sides of humanity, the dark side of the actual events that are going on right now, like war, or right now in Ukraine, which is really a catastrophe, and like greed, unfairness, just these bad sides of humanity, but also some good sides of humanity, like love or hope, something like that. Our latest song, right? I don't know if we should just start it right now, but our latest song, Getrieben von Maschinen, is in German, but the inspiration came out from the speech of Charlie Chaplin, the great dictator. I don't know if you know that. It's a really great speech, and it's just a timeless speech in some point. This is like the inspirations we draw from everywhere, and mostly we just want to scream out our feelings on the events that are going on right now through our songs, and just want the people to do it better, or to say this is not how it should go.
Do you write lyrics and guitar parts, or Oliver? Are you involved in the process of?
He's right now more involved in it. Before that, I wrote all the songs. We're on the EP and on our latest song. The guitar parts are a mixture between me and our lead guitarist, Tim. He's just a great guitarist. You should listen to him. He's just
we will listen to him very soon. We're going to listen to a track, aren't we? Yeah.
And this is just how it went before we met Oliver, and right now we're just collaborating together to get the ideas together and write great songs, and it works. It works really good.
We got the flow on our side.
You have the force.
Yes, the force, the floor, the flow. It's kind of like when you think it should work, it works like it. Click. It's very cool. We just met yesterday, Rudi and I, and started for a new song for some lyrics, and it was I said a sentence, he said a sentence, we put it all together, mixed it up, put it in the oven for 200 degrees, and it came out very
Nice. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that I was going to ask you guys, now obviously because Oliver, you've only been in the band, was it since last year basically, is that right?
Yes, of course.
So this is going to be a difficult one for you guys to answer, okay? Because of you being in the band so newly. But okay, if there was one song that we should listen to, okay, the best song that describes the band and what you're all about, a song that anyone that's watching this now could listen to and think, that is a band that I have to listen to, that is a band I have to follow, and that is a band that I have to go and see live. What song would that be? And I'm guessing we should probably choose a song that Oliver's a part of.
Of course.
Yeah. What song would that be?
I think it will be Getrieben von Maschinen. It's our latest single.
And that's the one in German. So I have no idea what you're singing.
We can talk about that later, and I will give you some explanation on that.
Is that
So lang schon auf der Suche, zu lang
quiet at the end, yeah. I think actually I understood some of that. You were talking about, there was something about rainbows and unicorns and wasn't there? No?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, guys, help me out, help me out. What the hell were you singing about?
Yeah, the song is called Getrieben von Machines, which means like chased or pushed by machines.
Mm-hmm.
And the song is about how desperate, it's about a desperate world, a desperate situation where it gets even more desperate because it all goes into a war with no way out, which is like this endless cycle of violence. And the last words of the song are like "Die Liebe stirbt in Blut und Leid," which means the love just died in blood and sacrifice, or in blood and pain.
Yes, in blood and pain.
This this fade out means like it's ever present. It just goes on and on and on, and this is like the nature which we need to succumb at some point.
So it would appear that I didn't hear anything about unicorns and rainbows. Obviously, I misheard. I misheard that part of the song. Obviously.
I'm sorry. We can do work on some songs later on that.
Right, guys. 2025 is here. Okay, how does 2025 look like for the band? What are you going to be doing this year?
Okay.
Are you writing new music? Are you touring? Are you playing live shows?
Everything. We will do some live shows this April, and we hope there will be more live shows because we want to play as many shows as we can do this year and the years in the future, and all that. To all that, we are writing now on new stuff, so you can be prepared. And I hope we will say something in about a few months. I hope it's big news. I hope it will be that we're doing this this year, and
he's very secretive there. He's not really letting anything away there. Yeah.
but you can really. Can be prepared. It will be there are some big things coming in the future.
Yeah,
and I think
that's what she said
now. Yeah. What we are planning now is some merchandising, something like T-shirts and some bags with the print on it, and that will be available on our live shows. Mm-hmm. And of course, we hope to do more of this because it's kind of a cultural thing here in Germany as well, to do merchandise to as a small local band, and everyone identifies with your band, wears the T-shirt on your shows, and it shows us that we are very liked by the by the visitors of our shows. Yes.
And we talked about, obviously, this will be going out, this interview will be going out on the Metal Militia, and you did drop some possibilities of there being a prize at the end of this video, some merchandise people can win. Is that true?
Yes, of course. We are planning to do some giveaways with you, Andy. So everyone who's watching this, we are putting out to win 5 signed EPs from our latest EP, Waters Rising, which will be available soon, as I shipped them over to Sweden, so you can win this, and some of our new stickers as well. I hope you will enjoy it, and yeah.
I might steal some of that stuff and then only give away 4 of those CDs.
you get actually one special for you with your own with a little sentence on for you as well.
Is it about unicorns and rainbows or?
I can put it on. Dear Unicorn Andy.
Unicorn Andy, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, that works. Right, guys. Okay, what was the other question I've got? I forgot my question. Yeah, okay, so you kind of briefly touched on it, but okay, so we've talked about what's happening this year. If we talk about, I know you can't tell me everything because obviously there's a secret you're not letting us know, but if we talk about the next 2 years, the next 3 years, the next 5 years, where do you see the progress of the band? How do you see the band shaping? Do you believe that it's going to go all the way? Do you want it to go all the way?
Of course, we want to go to see it go all the way up. Who doesn't want to be a rock star? And yeah, of course, we will work all the time to get new stuff out. We will perform all the shows we get, and we will try as good as possible to make a name in the metal scene for us. But it's all on you guys. So the more listeners we get, the more followers we get. This is where the venues are looking at the moment. Listeners and followers. No more talent. Yeah. And we are reaching for the sky, and we're reaching for the stars. And we really hope that this project or our band will be one of the greatest bands in the world, of course.
Fingers crossed, guys. I will keep my fingers crossed for you guys. And what do you think? What do you think, Rudi? Is this the last singer, or are you going to get another one after this?
I think there might be some more.
Might be some more. You never know. Maybe they need a new rhythm guitarist. You never know.
We're going to see.
Right, guys. Okay, if we're gonna round this up now. Okay. So if people are interested in you guys, if people like you guys, where can they see you live? Where can they find out information about your live shows? Where can they listen to your music? Where can people find you on social media?
You can find us on Instagram as well as Facebook. We got music out there. I think every platform that you know, Spotify, iTunes, as well, YouTube. Where we got our latest single with a lyric video on it, and all of the other platforms, Deezer, something like that. Go and check it out.
Do you have a LinkTree?
Yes, we have a LinkTree on our Instagram. Yes, and there you can click on it. We will update there most of the time on Instagram our latest shows, dates, and something like that. I personally hope that we will someday play in Sweden. That would be very cool. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's one of my personal goals. But this is where you can find us. Go on that, follow us everywhere around, and leave a like on some of the pictures, and as well as reels and stories. So the algorithm plays itself.
Exactly.
You know what?
Don't worry, guys, because you guys that are watching this, all the links will be in the description of this video, guys. So if you do want to go and find the band, go into the description of the video, and you will find everything that you need to know.
Awesome. We are actually looking for I think the next big step to go over the borders of Germany and aboard. Playing aboard is some of the I think most important experience for a younger band, young local band. I call ourselves young because we are very childish, you know, on our mind. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's
just spread the love, you know, everywhere in every corner in the world.
Yes,
that would be great.
Corner of the world. Yeah. Fantastic, guys. Guys, I would like to thank you so very much for taking the time to speak to me today, guys. Okay. Yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. You can say goodbye to Oliver, you can say goodbye to Rudi, and as I said, guys, if there's anything that you guys want to know about the band, if you want to find the band, if you want to contact the band, go to the description in the video and you will find everything that you need to know. Guys, thanks so very, very much. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys, and take care.
Yes,
so,
you too.
Yeah,
and that was Shapes in the Mirror, guys. What a fantastic interview. Did you guys enjoy that? I really hope you did. Now, we talked about a prize. Do you guys want to win a prize? You have a chance to win a prize. There are 5 signed CDs up for grabs from the band.
and some stickers as well. So that's 5 signed CDs and some stickers as well. If you would like to win that, then there is something that I need you to do for me. You help me, I help you. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and comment down below. If you guys can do those things for me, then you have a chance to win a prize, okay? You have a chance to win a signed CD from the band and a sticker. It would mean the world to me if you guys can help me out with this. I will announce the winners in about 2 weeks or so. If you can help me, if you can support me, like and subscribe. Do follow me on Patreon. Help me on Patreon if you can. All the help that I can get makes this so much easier for me, guys. So thank you very, very much. Until next time, I am Scottish Andy. This is the Music Militia. You're watching the Music Militia.